Surprise! I'm live. Let me know if you're here. Let me know if you're watching. Let me know if you can hear me, see me, and etc., please. And if you're watching the replay later, welcome as well. For those of you that don't know me, I am Tennille from Dog Matters and coming to you from Queensland in Australia, a little town called Bundaberg on the coast. And I thought I would jump on today and do a quick live. I haven't done a video for a while. Really sorry about that. Trying to get back into it. We'll talk about why another time. But really I do want to provide good content for you guys and have some more regular chats. So I thought, sorry it's a bit spur of the moment, but sometimes that's what I find easiest and the best way for me to do it. It's when I'm feeling good, jump on and do it. So the title of the video today is Teaching Cute Behaviors That May Backfire Later. And this originated from someone that's not into dog training asked me what is something that someone has hired you to help with that was a cute behavior, but they needed it to stop. And I really had to rack my brain on that because most of the time when people hire me, it is for serious behaviors like aggression and really things that are dangerous or things that are really disrupting the owner's life rather than something that you would call cute. So I had to really think about it because, yeah, most of the time cute behaviors are cute. So the dog gets away with it for a really long time. But sometimes there are cute behaviors. This got me thinking. Sometimes there are things that are cute or they start off cute, but they might backfire on you later or they might just become a bit annoying later. And after I had to think about it, I did realize actually what I did was posted in the Dog Matters community group and I asked the members there what's something that you've maybe accidentally taught your dog to do or a behavior that's a bit annoying with your dog, but it could be something that is considered cute. And we got a few different answers, and one of them jogged my memory that I have seen clients with one of these issues that I'm going to talk about more. But I'll go through some of the answers that other people said. A golden retriever that would greet guests with a bra stolen from the laundry basket, so stealing underwear around the house. Dogs tend to steal underwear because it's the most dense in our scent on there, especially underwear from the bottom end of us, but bras too. And some dogs love the straps and frilly bits and things that hang off and just love to chew them up and run around the house. And some dogs have learned to do that because they've got a reaction out of you the first time they've done it and they've gone, this is a good way to get her attention, grab that bra and run away with it. So that's definitely one that's kind of funny, kind of cute, but also kind of annoying, right? Another one we had, and if you've got a different one, if you've ever accidentally taught your dog something or your dog's just done something that's kind of cute, kind of annoying, or just cute, put that in the comments and let us know. Another one we had was a dog that's a hoarder, stealing things, anything you can find, hiding them in his bed, under his blanket, whining for no particular reason that people have then found a little bit funny. So some dogs will let out really weird sounding whining and people will laugh. So I don't know if you have ever heard this before, but if you laugh at a dog, they can find that really highly rewarding. When I was doing my dog training certification, I heard a story about a dog, I believe it was a border collie, and this was a story from one of the trainers on the course, and this border collie would go to the back door, and the back door had like the grills on it, and he wanted to come inside, and he was just sort of sulking about wanting to be inside where everyone else, and there was a group of people inside. And so he went to lean his chin on the bar of the door, but he slipped and pushed his nose up like that. I never thought I'd be doing that on a Facebook Live. And was leaning with his nose up and his teeth showing and just stayed there. And so people saw him and just burst out laughing because it was the funniest looking thing ever, of this border collie with his nose swished up against the door. And just because everyone burst out laughing so much at that, the dog loved it. And so he decided that he was going to do it all the time, and he just stuck with doing that. So that one's kind of cute because it's not anything that's harming anybody. So the whining, though, that can be one that can become a problem, but sometimes it starts out because it's cute and funny and people laugh, and then the dog's like, oh, they like this, and do that more, or this works to get their attention. So whenever your dog's doing anything, always remember, if you want to stop that behavior, think what's in it for them, because they're always getting something out of it. They're like people, right? They'll only do something if there's something in it for them that feels good. Another one we had was dog scratches on the bed to get in. That's similar to what we were just talking about, scratching on the door to go out, asked to get lifted up on the bed, cries to be allowed up on the bed. It happens a lot. All things that are easily rewarded if you just give in that one time. And barking at the toaster was another one. But the one that I had in mind when I come on today that someone said is the shake trick. So the person that said this one was Sally, and for her, it's dangerous because she's sensitive to physical contact with her condition. She has an assistance dog as well. So for a lot of people, they teach their dogs to shake hands early on. And that's the one that I had in mind that I was going to come on and talk to you about today. So have you ever had a dog or a puppy and the first thing you usually teach them is to sit, and then straight after that, the next most common thing that I would say people teach their pups to do is to shake. And it's really fun and it's really easy, and the puppy does it and they win and they get rewarded and praised and laughed at and patted, and it's the best thing ever, and so they love it and they're going to do it again. So what happens is there seems to be, and I don't know if there's actual studies or evidence of this or anything, but it seems to be that if you teach a behavior early on in your relationship with the dog, and especially with puppies, and especially if it's a behavior that's easy and fun and really highly rewarding, or anything that's highly rewarded a lot, it really sticks in the puppy's brains. They just take it and run with it. And you know, we've taught shake on purpose in that instance as well. We wanted to teach the puppy to shake. So what happens though is that puppy's going to get bigger, and they're going to start doing it when it's not on cue. So there's two things that I would recommend you do if you want to teach your puppy to shake, and that is to leave it as a command that you teach a bit later after you have some more, you know, maybe it's less fun, but more formal obedience, like sit, stay, down, come when called, the things that are more important, basically. It should still be fun, right? So it should still be fun, but the things that are more important and the things that are going to be more useful to you and your dog in everyday life. And then also, once you teach the more important things first, your dog's going to have more experience of listening to commands and doing them on cue. You should also mix up the order that you do commands and not do things in patterns, so that they more clearly understand each individual command and what that means. When it comes to this issue that, and it can happen with other commands as well, but just using shake as a really common example, what can happen is if it's one of the first things they've learned and it's highly rewarded and they really love it and they start to do it outside of the cue, especially when they become a big dog for bigger breeds, they'll start swiping instead of shaking just on cue. And they're still aiming to do the shake that they've been taught. And in their minds, this is a great thing. They've been rewarded for it before, but you haven't commanded it. You haven't put out your hand to meet them for the shake, and they start swiping. And even though this started out as a cute trick, it actually can become a dangerous behavior, especially if you have little kids and toddlers and the dog's swiping at them. Or imagine, and a lot of people have this, where there's elderly people that need to come in and be around the dog or interact with the dog. And a lot of elderly people have really frail skin that tears really easily. So you can't have a dog safely around them that jumps or swipes with their paw. So it actually is serious to be careful what you teach them, and that it's on command only. And that if they're doing it outside of command, make sure there's no reward for that so that they don't continue it, and teach them this only works for you when it's on the command, and it's not okay any other time. We're not going to do it any other time. If you do it any other time, you're not going to get anything good out of it, including I'm not going to laugh at you like, oh, I'm just trying to shake. You know, it seems kind of innocent at the time, but you are still accidentally or unaware of it, but still rewarding the dog. So have you ever done that before? Have you ever had a dog that's been too enthusiastic on a cute trick or a cute behavior? Put it in the comments if it's shake or if it's something else. What examples do you have? Is there something that you taught your dog by accident that was cute, by laughing or something, and that they just really took it and ran with it? And did that create problems later, or was it one that was just funny and it was fine? I'll give you a couple of other examples, and these were things that I've done with Envy, the Malinois, that have been really highly rewarding for her, so just stuck with her. One of them is the chin rest, which I actually do want and actually doesn't really cause any trouble. It's a nice, calm behavior, so that's one I want a lot. But it happens outside of the cue because it's been so highly rewarded. She basically gets rewarded nearly every time because it's cute. So originally the command was to place her chin in my palm of my hand, and then I translated that to being able to do it on my leg. But I think she kind of started that before I started doing that on purpose, because she knew the chin rest command was so rewarding. She wanted to offer it, but my hands weren't available. Say I'm at my desk or at the dining table, and she would come up and just place her chin on my leg. I don't mind that. I think it's cute. I don't see any harm, and it's a nice calm behavior. So I would then scratch her head, which she totally loves. And I'd also often say, "Aw, Smushy." For those of you that don't know, Smushy is Envy's nickname, and she responds to that as well. And it's because when she gives cuddles, she smushes her head into you. Cute side fact. So she has a very soft, calm side. I don't know if many of you have seen that very much, because obviously she has a really full-on, fast-paced, horrible, energetic side as well. It's like polar opposites, but she can be really soft and calm and cuddly, and chin rest, she definitely puts it on with the cute face and the eyes looking up with the chin as well. But another example is she does audible farts, loud ones that you can hear. And we thought, that's hilarious. We've never had a dog that farts so much before. I'm talking most days she would let one rip really loud, and, you know, that's funny, right? With my sense of humor, it is. So she would come up and sit like a lot of dogs do. That's another one that fits into this example, except sit's something we kind of use all the time. She'd come up and sit and look up and burp, do a big fart. And I thought, how funny would that be if I could put farting on cue? I bet no one's ever trained a dog to fart on cue before. And so every time she would do it, we'd just reward it. We'd say, good fart, good girl, give her a scratch. Or if we had food around, give her food. And sometimes I've said the cue now and she'll do it, but I think it's still a fluke. But what she does do is offer it now where she will come up if we've got food or something, or she wants attention, and she will sit, look up, I'll look at her, and she'll fart nice and loud. And she is trying, she's doing it on purpose. So it's still a behavior that has been rewarded and has stuck. Christy says, we have a Dane and my daughter taught him to shake and the swipe is now deadly. Yeah, so that's exactly what I'm talking about. Perfect example of doing too much of shake and doing it maybe too early in life as well, and just having it out of the cued situation where the dog's offering it all the time. And you can definitely change that by really making sure that the dog does not get rewarded at all to start with for shake if it's not on cue, namely the swipe. Allison says, mine do the nose up against the screen door. That one's kind of cute. Really cute, really. Kirsten says, my German Shepherd thinks he's a lap dog. Most people don't mind, but it's awkward when you're on the toilets. And he backs up onto your lap. That's kind of funny. But yeah, at the end of the day, behavior is only a problem if it's causing harm to others or if you have a problem with it. So if it's not hurting anyone and you don't have a problem with it and your dog's not doing it because it's stressed out of its brain or anything, then you don't have to change it if you don't want to. But if you do want to, you can still change these things that have become habits. It's like any habit you need to break. It can be a bit of a challenge, but you can still change it. And a big part of that is making sure it's only on cue and stopping or preventing it when it's not. And in that case, maybe you don't mind it, but if they're doing it to other people that do mind it, that's where you probably would want to change it and set some boundaries and rules for other people. Because I know from experience as well, same with Envy again, she can get really carried away with being pushy for affection, which sounds a bit like what your Shepherd is doing as well. She also thinks that she's a bit of a lap dog, but I don't want her pushing people around for that. The hard thing with that is that most people do reward it, whether they mean to or not. Like if she nudges them for a pat, what do? They just automatically, they don't even know they're doing it, and start patting her, scratching her head. She loves that. So she's getting it on tap then. So if you decide to change something, decide what the rules are going to be and decide to stick to it. All right. Did we have any other examples? In the community, when I asked, Sarah said with her own dog, she accidentally taught him to rest his chin on the edge of the couch every time she ate, right beside her. She said his eyes would just stare into my soul. It was adorable though. That's kind of what Envy does as well. And as long as the dog will move away if I tell them, I don't mind that personally. Some people might. So it's all about what suits in with you, but very important to still keep in mind whenever you're teaching anything and you're highly rewarding it, make sure it stays on cue. Make sure that if it's something that's going to cause trouble off cue, that the dog really understands not to do it off cue, only when instructed. All right, time to go. Thanks everyone. And if you are watching this on the recording instead of live, do feel free to leave a comment of an example of something that you've taught your dog either on purpose or by accident that is either cute or cute but then became a problem. And I will still read all of the additional comments and try to answer as many as I can as well. If you have any questions that you'd like to see me discuss on Facebook Live, I'm going to try and do these more often, so you can also put that in the comments too. I hope you all have a great weekend, and I will speak to you soon. Bye.